South America. We appreciate your patronage. Hopefully you'll join us again. If there's anything we can do to enhance your experience, well, tweet it at Trent, and he may or may not respond.
And we'll send you the peanuts. Hope you're not allergic.
All right. There you go.
You know what I miss? The stroopwafel you get sometimes on a flight. That's like the only time I get stroopwafel. I can't find it here.
I do enjoy a nice stroopwafel. Shout out to the Dutch. You know what I miss? Nick's getting first banned. What are we doing here? SG, what are we thinking about? Pick up the bug.
I kind of like what he did here because like the bug is really good because he counters both OG and Puck. But Latam defenders, they ban both heroes, so do you still go for the Nyx when
apparently not.
They don't?
So you can pick Nyx, but we won't pick the heroes that are bad versus it because we ban them ourselves. Yeah. All right, here's my problem with not taking the Nyx. They could have just taken Nyx and then had the Bat Rider option because now I would not be shocked at all if the Latam defenders just end up with a 4th pick Bat Rider here if it looks good.
They did pick Mirana, so unlikely that they would pick Nyx now, right?
Yeah.
So they might get Bat. No, they get the Mars.
Okay. Two good options there.
Isn't Bat just a huge... Hello, Bat Rider here. We have 10th pick overall.
Well, that Queen of Pain.
Don't you just you've
got
Bat?
3 bans to cover it, I guess.
Yeah.
If you don't take Bat here, you're not playing the patch right. I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
You heard
this
it from
is fine.
Trent first.
This is fine.
Latam
Ember will get
defenders.
banned. It's fine.
Trent accuses SA teams to not play the patch right.
Another Michael Scott headline incoming here. North American analyst insults South American drafting. Removed in week 3 of DPC.
But,
so they picked the Nyx. I like this, actually. And I mean, it's not like Batrider is not a possibility for Latam defenders, but I would be surprised if SG doesn't get it, knowing that Ember is mid, right? I think it's really good versus Ember.
I'm lost.
King and Monkey. All right.
They have to ban Batrider in the last ban here.
Well, they have the next pick out of this phase, so it's like you could have picked Nyx, and then you could have played a Nyx 5, or or you could have picked the Bat. It pains me.
It's confusing.
I get it because they want the Mirana Ember, and it lets you get a lot of chain stuns after. It's just like, why are you leaving this Bat out there when you had these options? But at this point, no, I do not think the Bat really works for them, so I'm happy to get rid of it. The Nyx Assassin is very good versus the Ember, and so they feel pressure to ban the Invoker too.
Why would you play Batrider when you can play Visage or Na?
True.
Hello?
Big facts.
Have you
right
seen
there.
his Visage?
I have,
see
unfortunately.
His name in game, it's na and then GIF. All right, that's GIF Visage.
Me Visage.
He's giving you all the signals.
Give me another chance.
So we were talking about Lifestealer. We weren't actually, but you did mention his
but you just want to go there. Okay, cool, Bowie.
I was watching
Take us away.
Team Secret right now, and I'm gonna tell you what their draft was. They had a Lion, and I actually talked to a Romanian player, a very known Romanian player, that told me why Lion is good. Basically, when Shadow Shaman is banned and Puck is in the other team, Lion is good. So
yes,
that's the only reason to pick Lion, and they actually won with Lion Lundra. I was really impressed.
Team Secret.
Team Secret did, yes.
Okay, I'm sure that will translate here to Latam defenders. No worries.
But I mean, I think the only known Lone Druid player in South America is actually J. Murray, and he's not playing any of the 2 divisions. So unfortunately, I don't think we're gonna see that. Going back to the draft though, Oracle is banned, guys.
What does that signal?
I have no idea.
I know, Trent. Oh, wait.
Okay.
No. I was going to say Darkseer, but they already have Mars, so I want to take
that's okay.
it back.
Darkseer's acceptable. Bat Rider's acceptable, as well as Ursa, I think, is also someone who pops up.
Really?
Tro, right?
With how good the hero is right now?
So you would, if you want Ursa, you would ban Oracle over Veno.
No, I'd ban Ench first. Veno's like a dead giveaway. And then Oracle also covers you for a potential Bat pick. It's just like multiple options, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Veno basically just gives you Ursa.
Okay. Gotcha.
You
More dimensions on the Oracle, man. Crazy.
Yeah. All right. But so they're basically just deciding if they want to ban Bat or not. And they're going to ban
Bat.
Get the
Bat.
Yeah. What is our 5? What do we know? We know it's a Mars, so we could just pick Undying.
I think it's going to be Undying.
Why do you want the Latam defenders to lose? Stop it. Stop it. We went over the stat this morning. We don't need to bring it up again, but Undying sucks. He's poo-poo.
Dude, Arete's
He's
win
bad.
rate with Undying this week is
What?
90% in
In pubs?
So
it
is
many?
going to work.
How many games?
6 out of 1. It's not even 90%. It's actually less. But...
How is Beastmaster still in this? By the way.
I guess they could get Beastmaster. There is a Witch Doctor. But
There's also still Sand King, too. With the Sand King Mirana.
Right? Yeah. But I think you want to know the carry before you get that. I think it's a better fourth pick.
Yeah, they should be picking their 5 right now, I think.
Yeah.
Wow.
Here you go.
So shocking.
There's a 9.
And Zyra heaves a heavy sigh. There it is. Right on cue.
The only other hero that he played pretty much was CM, but this looks like kind of a scary CM game. 2 stuns already. 2 weak supports.
5 seconds remaining.
Who was our mid Snapfire? That was hype.
Was it Leo Style?
I think it was Leo Style. I was gonna say Leo Style again. Man, he really was the hype guy. He was getting us all.
Dude, that was
Chris Luck. It was Chris Luck. You're right. Yeah, it was Beast Ghost.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gary.
Dire team pick.
G to the B. He cast it. And whoa!
Oh,
The
boy.
prediction. The first
Finally.
Willow of South American DPC.
I have one toe back.
And with a Mars, no less. A great combo and pretty quick into the jug. So double healing now for the defenders.
Look at this. No fear. Instant juggernaut. Yeah, we don't care. It's Mars Willow. Whatever. We're just gonna run at your towers.
Yep. Jug's been working out.
10 seconds.
So yeah, they needed an offlaner on the side of Latam, and
if they want
probably
PL,
gonna get the carry here. I think Tro is good.
Yeah, PL's like kind of questionable because there's an Ember, but it's also like kind of decent at the same time. Ooh, the morph into Ember.
Into the Ember.
And into Undying and Mirana. Ooh, that's a nice morph game if you're a good morph player.
Dude.
Which I'm sure Costa Bile or 40R can be.
So yeah, that's the weird thing. 40R doesn't play a lot of Morphling, so I wonder if they would actually send Costa Bill mid, or
one would
it's gonna
assume
be a carry Morphling.
It should go mid versus the Ember though.
Oh
yeah,
yes,
I would say so, but I am not sure they're gonna do it. Like I don't remember seeing them swap roles, so that would be a new thing. You know,
it would be acceptable if they just pick something else that dumpsters Ember mid, then this still works because then it just like removes some of his options or whatever.
I'm also okay with just the safe lane morph if they set him up with a good lane because the mid game fights with his ultimate are still really good. Like you're not picking this hero just to dumpster Ember in the mid lane. It's a bonus that you get. You're picking him because it's a counter that scales as the game goes on. You just get better and better. As Ember gets better, so do you.
So it's like a nice
jug. You destroy Tombstone well.
Yeah, like Void or
jug. Yeah,
Void or DP here looks kind of nice for SG.
Radiant team ban.
No, by DP. That was fast. DP was too good. Man, how many DP have we seen? I gotta look this up. I feel like we've seen a billion Death Prophet bans, and I actually can't picture a Death Prophet game.
Yep, I agree.
All right, what is the chance they go SF on SG?
10 seconds remaining.
Well, you tell us, buddy. I think that would be
not.
the first SF of South American DPC. So SF Willow, a 2-for-1. Let's line them up, buddy. I'm in.
It is a good lane versus Ember, and 4DR likes playing SF. But yeah, there's probably better heroes. It's just that I don't think I've seen 4DR playing Void Spirit. He played a morph game 2 months ago, but overall he played much more like the Invokers, DPs, and Kunkas. He's more like this space creator guy, which is kind of what SF does. But
Kunkka is a pretty good idea. He's played Puck, that's banned. Played a lot of Invoker.
Guess it's gonna be a 4DR Morphling at the end of the day. It's just not a hero I've seen him playing that much.
I like those Morphling like PL combos we had last patch. Those were kind of cool. They could also go for something faster, like an Ursa, since they are banning the Veno. Yeah, like get a 1 Ursa, put the Morphling mid. Ursa's pretty good versus the Undying and the Jug.
They did ban the Venomancer already. No Viper. There's probably not going to be a lane that is really bad for the Ursa.
They do ban the Tide, though.
What if they Enigma here in Latam Defenders? I know I said Valky has no Enigma games, but it kind of looks like one of the few heroes that are left and are good versus Ursa if they go for it.
I think Latam defenders are gonna
10
pick some
seconds
like
remaining.
lichen shit for Valky that's gonna look terrible.
Radiant
Please.
I know it's
team
terrible. I know. I agree. That doesn't mean they won't do it.
Dire team pick.
Okay, Kunkka, I like that ban, and they go back
Oh,
for the
wait, what?
Beastmaster.
Mid
Is it a
Mars?
mid beast? Oh my god, please be a mid
Yes.
beast. It's mid Mars, I know, but still, please be a mid beast.
Huh. Interesting.
This
What is the
uh,
Valky hero?
I always call this the J Storm, the double offlane heroes. That was like
10
their jam,
seconds
right?
remaining.
Put like 2
Yeah.
offlaners in the side lanes and throw the hard carry mid.
5 seconds.
You can't
remaining.
centaur.
It's like Moo started playing carry and he just picked offlane heroes. It was great.
Yeah. I remember.
No timber. No tide. You just go
You
back
know,
to the Sand
Zyori,
King?
I hate to say it, but can we please have a Magnus? If only that hero
Oh.
wasn't so destroyed. This would be such a fun game.
Yeah, this
That's
this,
true. Amber Jug.
Too
Could've
bad
been
there's
an
no
okay
Witch Doctor.
Magnus game.
Good luck laning.
I mean, it's got to be like Slardar or Sand King, somebody like that with a little bit of stun. I think the Sand King might be
man.
easier to execute with. Not a lot jumps out. This is a tough last
to
pick.
go Enigma. Honestly, I think Enigma would be really good here. But
I could also just
they-
try and like outpace them with like a Nature's Prophet or
Axe.
something, but that'd be pretty squishy. Underlord's still fine. There's actually lots of good options here, I think. Like, most of the offlaners are fine. Legion's good.
I'll
Someone to cast the
see.
morph.
Oh,
AoE,
Okay.
damage versus the summons.
Better than the Lycan.
I kind of like it
Better
as a
than the
punish
Lycan.
versus the Olacore too, because you see these Willows always trying to like run in and be all tricky and fancy and get off their Shadow Realm, but if you get stunned once into a duel, you're gonna be pretty sad.
True.
true.
Of course, you also don't really want to see like all that damage. You know, you try and duel anywhere near Dark Willow, and she catches you off guard, you're just dead.
Well,
Mm,
SG definitely the favorites on paper. How do we feel about the drafts? Is this an SG game 1?
well, I think we're kind of favoring SG because of their results. Actually, looking at the lanes, it kind of looks kind of even. You have Mars versus Ember. I feel like that's a fine lane for the Ember. You have Morphling Witch Doctor, which really isn't that strong of a lane until like level 3, level 4. And Beastmaster Willow versus a Jug. I think there's actually kill potential there if the Undying gets some good decays. I would say like the draft looks even.
All right.
I don't know. Looks kind of rough to be Undying. They just removed the Mars and sent in Willow and Beastmaster.
Looks rough to be Undying.
Well, like seriously, like what do you do versus Willow and Beastmaster? Don't the board? If you ever leave the safety of the tower, the boars slow you, and those two start hitting you,
I
and they're just
know.
gonna space out the spin. I feel like he got
Just play for
debated by
Jug?
this Mars pick,
I mean,
see.
and that was.
Bowie, do you
Lane's
think
just-
Arete will have less than 10 deaths this game? Because I'll bet you anything he has a double digits of deaths by the end
Oh,
of this
I'll
one.
take under 10.
You'll take
I'll
under
take
10.
I'll
under
put
10.
5
I think
loonies
this
on that.
might be over. They either win really quickly or they lose before Aretas
All
dies
right.
10 times.
All right, I'll take that. I think Aretes will die 10 plus times. Double digit
Okay.
deaths for Undying this game. That's my bold claim. Well, it's time for the casters. Gary, Theben, we got 2 drafts here that look pretty interesting. What are we thinking? Latam Defenders, SG.
Yeah, looking super interesting. That little Mars switch around with Morphling coming out there as we get ourselves prepped here for the first game in the series. And before we do that, just a bit of a time to reflect. We'll have a 1-minute period of silence in memory of 444, who sadly passed away earlier today. Yep, it's always hard to lose one of our own. Theben, looking forward to this game though. SG up against Latam Defenders. Game 1 in a best of 3. Just waiting for some of the players to get back into the lobby and move on, get into the laning stage. Draft-wise, Mars, Beastmaster, two very tanky heroes for SG. They're up against Undying, Ember, Legion. Some big damage from the Latam boys, though.
They do, but I'm gonna have to go heavy on SG this game. You know, I know you didn't ask me. But I would like to put my foot down and let you know that I think SG's draft is bonkers in this game. I think they got really good tools to deal with the Tombstone, and their cores are kind of getting countered. And I want to tell you that Beastmaster, he's a sleeper, man. This is a sleeper hero right now, especially in this region. Like other regions, we see a lot more Beastmasters, and people tend to like hard counter it even further than they do in SA. But here, there's only a few teams that play it, but when they do, you can see the real power of it. Just buffing up your carry, taking the early tier 1 towers, and just having that roar for BKBs is just enough. That's it. It's just so good.
Yeah, it feels like, in my head, this makes sense. Maybe it doesn't to anyone else, but it feels like a similar story to Wraith King, where the flow of the game for Beastmaster and Wraith King is very, very easy to follow. You know, you go along with it.
Very simple, yeah.
You don't have any barriers in your way or anything like that, right? You know, Wraith King is, I'll buy my branches, I'll buy my stick, I'll buy my phase and my radiance, and then I go. Beastmaster's like, right, Sage's Masks, Necro Book, oh, I'm good. Let's go push towers.
Yep.
Let's go hunt people.
Exactly. Oh, is my Necro Book on cooldown? Yes, I need to farm. Is my Necro Book going on cooldown? Okay, I'm gonna farm. Is my Necro Book off cooldown? All right, let's go fight. Do I have Roar up? All right, I guess I'll get a kill with this Roar and the Necro Book together. That's all you really gotta do. And then sometimes you gotta throw some Hawks out. There were days when you had to micro the Hawk.
Yeah.
This hero was like a high-skilled hero. And then they made it so that it's invisible. It just run across the map and just stand somewhere. So it's like you have an excuse to not even have to micro anything. But yeah, this hero is just an absolute Beastmaster. Did you?
Does Hawk
Damn
still
it, I
block
was-
camps? It does, right?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Wait, oh yeah, it does. It
Yeah.
does drop block camps. Yeah,
So-
you always drop sentries in the. It doesn't block camps. Okay, I have no idea when they changed that then. But
Okay.
I remember when it did block camps, I used to put sentries preemptively against Beastmaster and just feed 60 XP off them. Easy clap.
Easy money, easy XP. Have you remembered what you were trying to say?
Yeah, I can't remember anymore. I know I was gonna say something, I just can't remember. Oh yeah, so in Dota, like you want to make the game as simple as possible for yourself, especially when you're playing in a competitive environment. There's so many things that you need to constantly think about that the easier it is in one aspect that you make the game for you, the more you can focus on those other things, and that will naturally give you a better, an edge over your opponents. So this is why you see teams tend to play their playstyle and stick to their playstyle and not try to branch out to more playstyles like constantly.
Is there does that have like a knock-on effect with team communications as well? Like if you have a Beastmaster who doesn't necessarily need to communicate the ins and outs of his laning stage, it makes it simpler for the rest of his team to think about communicating other things.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly. And one the heroes like I can give you as an example who's so easy to play and lets you like focus on other aspects of the game is like Bristleback, right? You either run at them and quill spray them, or you turn around and run away and you quill spray them. And then now you can focus on like positioning, you can focus on item builds, you can focus on where you need to be on the map to apply pressure or which targets you want to go on. You don't have to think about like how you cast your skills anymore. It's literally the perfect hero where you don't have to think about how to cast skills.
Just autopilot.
You just spam W. That's it.
Go or stop. And then the only thing you're talking to your team about is, oh, I have this item now. Let's go. Let's make things work. Oh, no contest on the bounty runes at all, it looks like. Mirana Legion down bottom. Ember is lurking around middle lane, waiting to put his observer ward down. There's 4 Radiant heroes top, but I don't think Undying and Juggernaut are going to get too involved with it. Very defensive setup from everyone involved. Well,
they don't want to be losing anything early on.
I do spot the Morphling down bottom.
Resources.
So at least Latam defenders have got a good idea of what the lanes are going to be. There's no sneaky swaps. Mars up against Ember mid.
It would have been pretty interesting if the Morph did go mid though against the Ember and they had the Mars in the safe lane. Because then you have a Mars Witch Doctor and that lane sounds absolutely nutty.
It sounds incredibly powerful. Well, I have a bit of a go up top lane. Aretes, he's dropped low. One tango remains. Oh my god, does he have to walk back to base?
Poor Morphling also losing a lot of HP behind the tower because they had the ward there and he was trying to block the creeps.
Yeah, already losing out in that regen battle. And they've kept their 3 Radiant heroes top. They put a bit of pressure on that Juggernaut. Just Dark Willow clicking him, and the boar's going wild. KJ gonna come back down, defend up his Morphling now. Well, looks like try and block up the large camp as well, make sure there's no pulls going on. And they block up both camps. Moonlight's on the small one, KJ's on the big one. And it's doubly good for this Dire, for the Radiant offlane to do that against this Mirana from the Dire side, right? She can't stack, she can't pull, and she can't get the free large creeps with the arrow.
Yeah, definitely. Mirana needs those creeps early on to get that little bit of a level advantage, hit level 2 faster. Level 1, she's kind of vulnerable against some of the melee cores who has slows. But against Morphling, she's not that vulnerable for now. Yeah, actually, one of the better heroes against Morphling too. You can just hit him in the lane.
Just keep right clicking. Send the arrows forward. That mid lane, how is it going? 12-1 against 8-0. Do you expect Mars to keep this kind of advantage?
Yeah, it should be. It's a lot of physical damage. One of the things Ember Spirit hates playing into is his high physical damage heroes, and then he's also got to be afraid of running past the Mars and getting speared into the tower when he uses his Flame Guard. But Flame Guard, not something Mars can actually remove.
Yeah, so then you got the threat from the magic damage of Ember, and he has got 2 points in it.
Mm-hmm.
And up towards top, Undying, trying to stop these dragbacks. Theo has been pulling waves, trying to get it away from the Juggernaut, and then playing against the Undying as a 2-man hit squad.
This is a pretty interesting lane too. I mean, Juggernaut will be free farming. They don't have a whole lot of kill threat apart from like Decay removing a lot of strength. Then you have the spin that comes out, and maybe you can burst them with a Soul Rip too. But other than that, I do think the Beastmaster Willow should be able to get a kill on this Undying relatively soon, especially when the Undying runs out of mana, and it runs out of mana pretty fast.
Yeah, he's getting close to it. 1 man go left. And it does have the boots. So the potential to run away could be there. For now, it is just Beastmaster farming and a courier sniping Dark Willow in behind that tier 1 top. Undying playing forward. Could get backstabbed as the second ball's going to come up from King Ao in a second. Theo went for this kind of Shadow Realm build, so won't have the double stuns. Curse Crown and Bramble Maze. He's going to get chased back.
Ember Mid, ooh, got real low. Damn, had to salve up with like a sliver of HP there. He almost died. Oh, Cook-a-Hook.
He's dead. Tried to get his healing ward out. King out.
I thought the Undying was going to be the one dying, but
It's a Juggernaut.
Yep. Willow doing a good job at pulling this Undying away from the lane.
Exactly right. It's the fact that she pulled him out and that Beastmaster just solos him. Straight 1v1.
Yeah. The Undying is doing some weird moves. Not weird, but like he doesn't really understand how this hero works to its fullest. Against strength heroes, you're supposed to be decaying the strength heroes and chasing the ranged with your boots. But he's like decaying the Dark Willow and chasing the Dark Willow. So now there's no advantage given for your Juggernaut against his Beastmaster anymore. Because every decay removes 4 damage and 4 strength, right? Which is about 100 HP for the Beastmaster. So he gets put on there's a lot of pressure put on him.
Yeah.
But if you don't decay him, then it doesn't matter.
You don't alleviate any of it. We'll see if Orantes can start playing the lane a little more with his Juggernaut. But Theo, on this flip side of that coin, Theo's done a great job at doing this. The entirety of the past 4.5 minutes has been literally this movement where Theo goes towards the pull, drags him away, and now that pull is going to clear out the camp and give a double wave coming into the Beastmaster in a second.
Yeah, all these decays on Willow is just so wasted.
And she's got boots as well, so you're chasing another boots hero. Beastmaster coming to that Bramble Maze, but a courier gets sniped, all thanks to Theo playing this location. Now bounty runes are spawning. It's going to give them even more in that top lane, while Mars, he does sneak one of the bottom bounties.
The prize is mine.
That's going to be Ember Spirit with no refill. He went to farm a jungle camp after the the left side of his tier 2 instead of going for bounty runes. Feels like
No,
SG.
it's just getting destroyed mid.
Yeah. SG getting the upper hand in every single one of these lanes, it feels. But then you look at the CS, and the Dire are doing very well actually last hitting. Keeping it.
You know what that means? That means they probably bought a lot of regen resources to sustain themselves in the lane, or nitro creeps.
Yep. And little
It
balls.
doesn't add up.
Because you look at the net worth, it's triple green up at the top. And then you got these Dire heroes, yeah, like you say, spending money on salves and mangoes and stuff just to stay in the lane. Theo, and the speed at which Dark Willow attacks is a little bit insane. Just keeps the punches going.
Yeah.
And a nice Shadow Realm long-range
Ooh,
attack
that's
to kill
nice.
a healing ward. Real nice snipe.
So much XP and gold the healing ward gives.
Oh, arrow mid.
You really can't let it.
On the Witch Doctor, he was trying to guard the rune for the Mars, but a nice little move from Moonlight's Mirana.
Wait. Okay. All right. I mean, we're waiting for that, right? The Ember with the chains into arrow plays. But this Ember had to go for the Flame Guard build since he's playing against a Mars mid. And that means he's going to be much slower to those slight chain combos. Mirana not going to have any setup for a long time.
Yeah, and they'll be much more difficult to land as well. You know, there's definitely something to be said about playing top lane, spin from Cock-a-Hook, getting in onto King Ao. He just stands there and hits him. Throws some
Morphling.
punches and Morphling. Sniped out.
You know what? I gotta say, I don't appreciate. Oh, okay.
Jeez, they
Red
still get him.
Mars.
Yeah, Mars rotates up. Ember Spirit trying to turn it. Catch him up in the Bramble Maze. Remnants forward. 2 of them, in fact. Nah. Has another slight, but no chains for 4 seconds. Mirana with the urn. Trying to tick down, and they will get the Mars kill. King Ao and Theo. They can stick around here and snipe out the... Oh, did Mirana die to a Necro unit there?
Yup.
Killed by the last
I
will?
think
Oh, man.
he threw an arrow.
Arrowed it and get slain by it. Now a cast. Bramble Maze. Na's the one getting caught again. With the Maldic there, it's a double for King Ao.
Oh, look at me, I'm Beastmaster with Necrobook. At 6 minutes.
I've got Necro
I'm so
1.
cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, yeah.
It's just so powerful. The Necro 1. The moment you get it, all this attack speed and the slow from the boars, it's just so much constant damage.
A roar as well. It's pop
Yep.
level 6 onto
Okay.
that Undying, and they stick 3 heroes up there. Aratis gets off the Soul Rip, but he's always dead under that tower.
I mean, with this Beastmaster Necro book, this is the first usage, right? They've already got 4 kills.
Tower is under attack.
How insane is that?
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. Into this Juggernaut Undying lane.
Yeah, I've seen this so many times, man. You like the way to beat Beastmaster, you have to shut him down. I think you have to tri-lane him, in my opinion.
Dire's middle
Like,
tower
tri-lane him, shut him down, because if he doesn't get a fast Necro book and your carry is free farming in the lane, then later he can't take your tower anyway. So that's a pretty good way of like beating a Beastmaster. Or
Neutralize
at least
the
pick
threat.
a carry. Exactly. Or pick a carry who can actually destroy him in the lane, like Troll Warlord, Phantom Assassin. These are really good heroes. Or Enchantress and Enchantress Chen. Those are also really good. Taking his
Yeah.
lore.
Hard counter him in lane stage. Well, with all the pressure top lane, looks like Latam defenders bringing Jug down south. Legion and the Mirana here eyeing up a Costabil Morphling, but he's got 1300 HP. You know, he's keeping a lot in that strength, and with an arrow landing, he's got the attribute shift going. Morphling, the tanky fella he is, just going to walk away while the rest of his squad has taken that top tier 1, so they can come down and defend the Morphling now. It's a 9-minute Necro 2 on the Beastmaster. Moonlight,
God.
Moonlight's diving, but here comes Mars. The TPs are coming from SG. Valky going to get caught up inside the arena. Adriano there, not even using the spear, holds it until the last second to secure the kill. While Moonlight hiding in the trees, not going to get scouted just yet. And Juggernaut returns straight back to that top lane. Oh, Mirana. Oh, she tried.
Oh,
that was
no.
bloody close. Nearly gets the snipe on Morphling. Good attempt, but
The level
Costabil-
1 Starstorm.
Morphling was quick on the fingers there, though. You've got to be real. That attribute shift was super speedy.
Alright.
Radiant's middle
Maybe
tower
for your boomer hands, Scary.
Come on, Theba.
But I'll tell you,
Give the man some praise.
I'm gonna be real with you, man. That was a pretty easy one, considering Mirana was level 4 with level 1 Starstorm. I don't think he was dying one bit.
Ignore
It
Theben,
was a nice
everyone.
try.
It was a nice try. There was a chance for Mirana to do something wonderful for her team, and Theben doesn't respect it. Undying, not respecting the damage from Bedlam or that Adriano Mars, level 9, just roaming straight into him.
You know what I really respect though, Gary, is this
Yeah.
production value. My God, I'm watching the feed because I didn't get into the new lobby, and you were watching top fight, and the Morphling was dying bottom, and we saw both of the kills on the screen at the same time.
Oh, so good.
It's so nice. Yeah. And I was like, oh wow, I should just watch this instead of see my own perspective. I get to see more stuff.
The only thing you'll miss is not being able to click heroes and see items. That's the one thing I always
That's
miss.
okay. That's what I got you for. I'll be like, hey Gary, what does this guy got? You know?
I'll just list off. Yeah, that's a good point.
Hey Butler, Gary. Gary
Would
the
you like some
butler.
tea, sir?
Gary the coach, Gary the butler. Yeah. Do you have sugar in your tea?
I don't drink tea much anymore, but I've changed from sugar to honey. I like a bit of honey in my
That's
tea.
great.
Nice.
Dark Willow though can be arrowed here.
They're looking
Does
for
that
it,
have
but
arrow?
Beastmaster, he's walked in. I thought he was going to give the roar to the Ember there. Just send his
Yeah, we're
summons
not fighting
forward.
into that.
No,
We're not
try and run
fighting into
away. What, the high ground tomb?
Dire's bottom tower
A little bit spooky.
that. Tygon Tomb and the Necrobook. Yeah, we're not fighting into both of those. Oh, we got a nice 150 gold. That's my favorite when you play Undying and you drop the Tombstone against like Lycan and these Beastmasters and they stick around and fight. You get like 300 gold just from killing the Necrobooks.
Well, they will roar the Mirana. Necro units have expired, but again the Bedlam with the roar, proving too difficult for Latam defenders. And no, he's trying to burn through Theo. He gets it with that level 3 Flame Guard. Something out of nothing.
Exactly. A trade from Rana for Willow. That Ember would definitely take that. Needs all the XP in the world.
Do they want to dual bot? Legion's running at the Morphling right now. Just gonna give the click to the Morph.
Yeah, this Morph is doing a good job at not leaving this bottom lane. Like if he leaves bottom, it's gonna be much harder for SG to defend this tower. But him staying here, it's like really hard for Latin defenders to kill him, and it makes them very annoyed that they can't kill this guy.
Radiant's bottom
Hey, can't kill him,
They're gonna-
can't push.
they're gonna
Undying. Gonna get caught inside that arena. It's a double damage Rune Witch Doctor.
is under attack.
Helping out Adriano. Got his dominating streak. And then Willow comes bot to help out Costabile again. And Morbid Mask plus
Slide.
Attribute Shift. There's just absolutely no way that they shove the Morph out of lane.
There we go.
No. Necro units on him. Yeah, Necro 3 with a Cask and a Maledict. Easy pickings on the Ember Spirit. My god, King Owl is probably giggling to himself right now. The Star Storms and the overwhelming odds, they do connect beautifully onto the Witch Doctor, but Mirana, being relinquished of her mana, can't leap away, can't jump. It was on cooldown anyway, and a big Tombstone launched out there. Gonna get
that's super
focused
dead.
down. It's immediately removed, and they're gonna get a bonus kill. It's Valky having his life removed. Tier 1 tower gonna be
I
there
can-
for SG now, and it's yeah, very quickly
I can
becoming.
totally imagine
Dire's middle tower
King RD having a huge grin on his face right now.
Yeah, that's
You
how I
know,
see it.
running in there with Necro 3, seeing the Ember's mana burn from like 50% to 0 in a matter of seconds.
This train don't stop, Theben.
Ah,
Undying has come back into the mid lane. I swear he died a second ago, and so's the Ember
Yeah, he did.
Spirit.
what? Did he DC?
I
Did he
don't-
run into
that-
them?
That's Morphling pausing. I don't know if it's a.
Okay.
I don't know if it's a BM pause or a, are you okay pause or what's going on there.
All right. Well,
Because-
did not expect Ember to die again. He's the one who just died and revived. Oh, man. Goodbye, Ember.
Yeah. Not the greatest place to be, is it? I'm just zooming
yeah,
in
I
on the
mean-
Ember Spirit and looking at who's around him. It's not a pretty
So-
spot.
This is the thing about some of these teams, Gary. You know, there's Beastmaster in every region, but there's a reason why it doesn't get first phased, because these other teams in these other regions know how to counter it better. Now, if you're a team who doesn't know how to counter all these like strong heroes of the patch and have some kind of idea for every single one of them, you're gonna have games like this where King RD just has like a 11-minute Necro 3 and just running at you and destroying you. Because all they did was have Juggernaut Undying, thinking that one Undying is going to stop this Beastmaster from farming. It doesn't. You need to, like, I'll give you some help. Like, Beastmaster, there's two things you do. One, enter Chen, or you tri-lane him and destroy him somehow.
Yeah, that's a good point. You've I don't know, it's done something in my brain, but I've just realised that 5 years ago we would have called this cheesing. This Beastmaster would be a cheese strat right now. compare him to a Broodmother from like 5-6 years ago. It's like almost identical kind of situation. Come out of your lane, dumpster the lane, looking pretty good. Get your items up, your Bloodthorn, your Ags, whatever. Necro Book, start running at people, and you're unstoppable. You need to be actually draft countered or, I don't know, ideology countered.
Gary, have you ever sat there and like looked back on life and thought like, oh man, I was so dumb back then?
Yes, many times. Like every night as I go to sleep.
Yeah, it's like every night, it's like you're thinking like, damn, yesterday I was so dumb, but good thing I'm smarter today, right? That's kind of what's going on with like the whole cheese strat thing. Like anybody who just pushes towers down, we always thought it was so cheesy. To push towers down and like pick heroes to kill objectives and win the game early. But in reality, that's just how you're supposed to play Dota.
Exactly, that's how you play the hero. That's where I was getting
That's how you're supposed to play.
It's like you are, using the hero to its fullest extent. The cheese of yesterday becomes like the strategy or the play style of today. All right, now SG 8k net worth lead, already pressuring into dire triangle. I feel like I've not talked about Latam defenders enough. Juggernaut nearly has he's got his Battle Fury coming in soon. About 1,000 gold away from it. 40 minutes in, not looking too bad. And against these summons, against the majority of these heroes, he does a pretty good job. Do you think he can answer the Morphling though? What's the Costabile response?
Costabile is actually not as farmed as you would like him to be. That's because he's played a very sacrificial role in this game. Just giving the lanes to the Mars and the Beast, like let them have their game right now. So I think the Juggernaut could potentially farm and get stronger than the Morph, but his goal is going to be to kill this Beast and Mars first. Like, this Morphling is just not the problem for the time being.
It really is that Mars. Undying and Legion, stuck around in that mid lane. He's getting caught out very simply, and they still have Arena of Blood. They're hunting for the Mirana now. 3 heroes all converging towards the bounty runes. Moonlight under that shadow of invisibility. They'll pop the ulti onto KJ. Cuckahook goes for the kill and slices the Witch Doctor. Willow and Mars not going to get involved with that. While down bottom, looks like an Invis Moonlight Shadow Na is tracing the steps of the Morphling. But the Morphling's also hunting him, because look at the Beastmaster. King Ao, the positioning, they missed the slight chains. Can they catch the Ember? That's a misplay by Costabile there.
Yep, definitely. He miscalculated the range there.
Really should have had it, but there's the Mars with the Arena. Going through that triangle again, a good terrorize. The fear of the Ember Spirit pushing him up onto the side of the Colosseum, and the roar in onto Legion Commander. Again, it's Adriano. The story of his mid lane into killing every single dire hero continues. He's 9-1-5, 14 out of the 20 kills he's been involved in.
What's Beastmaster?
808, 16. Pretty hefty amount.
Damn. You're just ignoring the Beastmaster, eh? You're just.
I think we've talked about him enough. I'm trying to focus on some other people.
I'm trying to emphasize that.
Beastmaster this, Beastmaster that. I don't want to hear any more about Beastmaster. I'm done.
Alright, let's talk about this position 5 on Witch Doctor. Then such a fun hero game.
I thought you were gonna say position 5 Ember Spirit for a second.
No, I'm not that savage, man. Come on now.
He's got a blade.
I wasn't gonna say that. I mean, it's a decent item in this game, I guess, against Dark Willow, but other than that, I'm not entirely sure what the Blade Mail is supposed to do in this game. It doesn't really affect any of the other heroes that well.
Yeah, I guess it tanks him up against like Mars and Beastmaster.
Without armor?
The armor,
maybe.
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe he just lost as to like which item build he can go for that will let them come back in team fights right now. So he just goes for the Blamer, the one that could potentially dish out the most amount of damage, utilizing his own HP as damage source as well, because he thinks, they will focus him. The problem with Latam defenders is they don't have a good way to kill these necro books, these summons. Then their team fight is gonna be destroyed because of this Beastmaster aura, because they're ahead right now. Like Undying versus Beast is good if the Undying team is far ahead. But
there's the roar again.
Is so hard.
King out, dodges the arrow, kills off a boar, the terrorize onto the Jug and the Legion as Na jumps in. Yules and the Cursed Crown gonna land and stun him up, and he's dodging it with a sleight of fist, but there's the Arena. A duel inside of it. The Gladiators battle, the Legion and the Mars go to war, but they've lost their Undying. Oh, the focus onto Adriano. Not enough. Valky falling. And they've lost 2 on Latam defenders, but some zombies are stacked up. Theo might be losing his life. King Ao says no. Turns around, kills the zombies, and it looks like the last one's still out there. Ember Spirit getting stunned. Blade Mail Juggernaut has TP'd home already. Nah. Dodges the spear, but in that bramble maze and with no real escape mechanism, 4 heroes are slain. Theban, did SG lose anybody?
I do not think so. I
4-0.
think SG literally, yeah. Look at this recap right here. Undying has a high ground tombstone. They lived through the fight, the tomb lived through the whole fight, and they still couldn't kill anybody. They're just way too tanky, just being chased down. ADR was literally fighting 4 heroes on his own, and with his Desolator Mars with the Yules, he's just absolutely
brutal,
bonkers strong. He's got the Vlad's aura too from the Beastmaster. He's gonna be able to sustain himself.
Jug doesn't
you know,
TP
Gary,
up,
this
yeah?
is what I expected your Mars to be like when we
Like
play
this?
together. Yeah, like a freaking at
Oh.
least some Yules, Deso, big boy Mars.
I'm gonna
Instead,
take
he
that
had
as a-
like a 40-minute BKB.
I'm going to take that as a compliment. You think I can play to the level of Adriano? That's a beautiful thing to say. Thank you, Theban. I just didn't perform.
Well, in your bracket,
No, you can't add more parameters now. That's illegal. They've caught the Legion Commander. Press the attack, but walk straight into another bramble. Theo with Adriano get the kill. They're getting in onto King Owl, though, trying to get him out of there. Not fast enough. The Terrorize onto Cockahawk, and Adriano with that spear. Big fear onto the Ember Spirit as he tries to retreat. KJ sniped by Moonlight. Costabil deciding to join the battle now. Healing Ward is still there in the back, but Adriano has pummeled them all into submission. Ember, with his last dying wishes, wants to get a dual victory for the Legion Commander, but in with a big arena. Costabil stands his ground. A nice remnant out by the Ember does allow him to disjoint away from the fight, but they've lost the Legion yet again. Adriano, he's just the gift that never stops giving. He's got another Yule Scepter, another Spear, try and send them back. It's the Undying who tanks it for his Ember Spirit. Costabil on top of him with the Waveform. Aegis in hand, so doesn't worry about dying, and Adriano trying to tank through the Flame Guard. It's burning him alive. A big kill for Nah. Ember Spirit. Another Chains. He might take the Aegis here.
there's the Aegis.
Flame Guard is worn off, so he realizes not enough damage remains.
That's not. Yeah, let's go back to base, heal up, come back, farm again. I mean, that was a huge win for Latam defenders. They got 4 kills there, Gary. They also got the godlike streak from the Beastmaster, and Juggernaut's the one who picked that up. Another big fight like that, I can totally see Latam defenders coming back into this a little bit more, but I think SG, they're going to tighten up, and they're going to play off their cooldowns, because they've got a little too careless.
Just a bit carried away with things. And if they hadn't gone chasing that Ember Spirit all the way to tier 3, they probably just would have been happy with that 4 for 2, which it looked like it was going to end up as, or 4 for 3. In the end, it was like a 4 for 4, but still 2,000 net worth swing towards Latam defenders as the Roar catching Undying as he walks up the high ground, going on a bit of a wandering mission. Only finding Mr. King Owl. Yeah, Legion also dying back in the midst of all that. Item progression now pretty much nil. 1,000 gold saved up.
Aegis.
Ewell's Bramble.
It's the Chains.
And the Terrorize. Nah gets the press the attack on him, but they've almost burst him down. The final touch of damage is Costabil with the Adaptive Strike. Meanwhile, outside of the base, King Owl has been Omni-Struck. Ewell's up into the air with this Mars, but that spin just gets him away from the spear, while the Morphling stays high ground. Killing off the creep wave and looking to pressure that tier 3, but without the Beastmaster, you can't really commit for it, and they found a kill in the back. It's Moonlight's Mirana. And up to high ground we go again, potentially.
Yeah, they got the beast though with the Jug. Once again, he got Omni Slash. Oh, King RD must be so pissed. He's like, godlike, gets Omni Slash, dies, gets Omni Slash a second time again. No one on his team is there to help him out. And that's gonna delay the push because his auras is what's gonna help them take that high ground.
Yeah, sure is. Good point by Bowie. 8 deaths on Undying right now. Zyori's bet was 10 or more. I think double digits was the call by him. We'll see if Aretas is able to hold on to his lives.
This is definitely going to get to double digits, 100%.
Oh, Roar on top.
You want to make
Juggernaut.
a bet too, buddy?
He's spun. TP's on cooldown, but they know that they can now Curse Crown, kill the ward. Arrow flying out towards the Necro units. There's another fight with a big arena killing off Nah, and a secondary Yules on the Juggernaut will allow the Gold Rebuke and the final bits of damage. The flow on through from SG as they dive tier 3s. They've taken out 4 of the Latam defenders. Mirana, just give them it. The team wipe. It should be there.
No.
Moonlight says no. I'm in the
Zayori's
fountain.
like, come on.
Don't call a game yet. I need this Undying to die one more time.
One more time. Well, 17 seconds to respawn. Morphling nearly blows up that Mirana with one shotgun combo. King Owl with that wild axes. Tickling the Mirana, and GG's called.
No, that's it.
Unlucky, Zayori. Mate, wait, we still have a little bit of time. Undying, you've got like 1 second to get out of Fountain and die. No?
Yeah,
Never mind.
Die. No, it's not happening.
Well, there we have it. SG looking real crisp still.
Gary, I
So,
mean,
do we have 3 ride or die heroes now?